Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys. So yesterday we went 2-0 in hockey. Picked up wins with the Coyotes. Easy win for the Bruins. And our basketball, we took a split. Okay, so with 2-unit play, we had it broken up two ways. So we took Houston money line and -5. They only ended up winning by 3. So we get a push there. Lost a tiny little bit of juice on it. So more or less 2-0 for the day. Now, with the Houston game, it's why I decided at the beginning of the year, I said at least I wasn't going to watch a lot of NBA basketball. I don't mind watching the college kids. It's too nerve-wracking. And, I mean, you get so frustrated. You spend half your time frustrated. There's like 5% of games where you got like blowout winners, and you feel pretty good about yourself all day. The rest of the time, you're always sweating it. It's a full game sweat, NBA. So look, Houston comes out, they go down 20 points early in the game, and I know what's going through everybody's mind. The exact same thing that was going through my mind. We got a total replay of Dallas the night before. Anyways, Houston got it together and eventually ended up, I think they had like a 12-point lead at one point. Going in, I know they had 10-point lead going into 10 or 11 points going into the fourth quarter. So we were looking pretty good there. And then I think they went on, I don't know. I know what they shot. They ended up shooting, believe it or not, 4 for 22. 4 for 22 in the fourth. How is that even possible? Anyways, luckily they were at least getting the line a little bit, getting fouled. So we ended up getting the win there, but not covering the spread. We missed by a couple. So many missed 3-pointers. But the thing to me that was very frustrating about Houston, and I think this really kind of lies under the coaching staff for not calling a timeout and addressing this, is what was Houston doing in the first quarter? They were basically doing what Houston does, which is just launching a bunch of threes. Well, they weren't hitting. I think they were, 2 for 11, and it just wasn't working. So what did they do differently? What adjustment did they make in the second quarter? And good for the coaches for making this adjustment. They started driving the ball, and they were having a huge amount of success. At one point, I think they scored 7 of 8 baskets in a row just driving the ball. And when they were driving the ball, the odd time they would kick the ball out and take a 3 because they had time. What happens when you drive the ball? So many good things happen when you drive a ball. Okay, you drive to the basket. What does it do? It draws attention to the basket away from your perimeter. Now you have options. The second thing, you can get fouled. Yes, you can get fouled. It's unlikely you're going to get fouled taking a 3-pointer, especially some of the 3-pointers they were taking yesterday from 40 feet out. There's a lot of good things happen when you drive to the basket, and that's what they did in the second quarter, and they executed. And they come out in the third, and it's more of the same. They continue to drive the basketball. They're making good inside shots. They're getting fouled. They're opening up for that, the good decision 3-point shot, not the forced, terrible 3-point shot from, again, 30 plus feet out. And going into the fourth quarter, fundamentally to me, this is where I believe, the coach should have stepped in with a timeout and said, guys, let's get back to doing what we're doing. Look, they won the game, but they could have lost because in the third quarter or fourth quarter, if you guys saw, what did they do? Nothing but threes. They were just launching threes one after another, and they weren't dropping. Okay, life looks good when your 3-pointers are dropping, but they weren't dropping, and they continued to do that. Almost cost them the game. So, anywho, is what it is, guys. Masterclass yesterday. We went 4-1, 1 or 2-unit play. It was a little bit frustrating, and we took a push as well. We had a push. We had Calgary and Montreal under 6 goals in hockey. It was 4-0 with a minute to go in the game. Like I said in an earlier video, I never got the W marked down, but I'm getting the old pen ready to do it. And they gave up 2 goals in a minute. So we ended up with a push there. Otherwise, would have been 5-1. But we got our team to play. Our team to play, it was a hybrid as well. We had Stanford and Arizona first half under and full game under, and both those hit fairly easily. All right, so for today, guys, here's what I have. I have 2 plays in free picks, 5 in Masterclass. Everything is a 1-unit play today. I'm going to get started with NBA here for you guys. Oh, and before I do, one other thing. I have a video coming out later today as well, guys. I'd love for you guys to check it out. It involves me and Mr. Steve Stevens and $100,000. So I'll leave it at that, and you guys can watch the video today. But please watch the video, and I'm asking you guys for a huge favor here. I would love, when you guys get that video, share the hell out of it, please, okay? All right, thank you. You don't have to share these. Just share that one, though. I'm asking you, please. All right, so let's get cracking today, guys. Here's what we're going to do. First off, we got the Clippers playing Orlando, okay? All reports early on, and you never know in the NBA, but all reports early on show that George and Kawhi are back and playing. Shows them as active. Looks like they'll be participating. Okay, here's the thing with Orlando, guys. Orlando, not a great record. We can all admit that. But they're actually worse than the record suggests. Yes. One day I'm going to do a very, very, very long video on Pythagorean theorem because it's just so important in sports betting. But suffice it to say, guys, Orlando has 2 wins above their expected win total at this point in the year based on how they've played as a team. So, when you take away 2 wins, now what does their record look like? Okay. Now, above and beyond that, guys, go back through Orlando's games and let's look at the teams that Orlando has beaten. It's pretty hard to pat yourself on the back with the teams they've beaten. As a matter of fact, Orlando has not beaten a single team above 500 this year. Not a single team above 500 this year has Orlando beaten. All the teams they've been beating up on are 500 or worse. Okay. So when we look at this matchup, guys, obviously Orlando opened as a small favorite. The announcement of Kawhi and George coming back to the game obviously makes a big shift, but in my opinion, it didn't shift the line enough. Okay, it didn't shift the line enough. Now, we can look at the COVID protocols for George and Kawhi as basically rest days. They should come into this game fresh and ready to go. I'm not going to fool around on the spread on this game, guys. I'm going to bet this game just a 1-unit straight money line minus 190, okay? This is a game that the Clippers win a significant amount of times, okay? So again, we're looking at a team in Orlando that is weaker than they appear based on their Pythagorean theorem and expected win rate. Again, they're 2 wins above their expected win rate based on Pythagorean theorem. We got fresh George and Kawhi coming back to the game. So, to me, guys, that's the play. Okay, if you want, if I know there's some people not comfortable betting, minus 190. To me, look, I always look at a play and I look at, maximum value. Okay, where can we extract maximum value? And that on this particular play is where it's at. Okay, this is just, we're going to look at this, guys, and you break it down. Okay, you can go on Google odds converter and, sports betting odds converter, and you can actually type in, minus 190. What does that equate to in terms of a win percentage? And that's why we're doing this, guys. We're finding maximum value there on the Clippers, minus 190 money line. Okay, last play, Appalachian State versus Troy. Did I get it right this time? Appalachian State versus Troy. 3 steam and reverse line moves. Contrarian play. We are going to go under 131.5. Okay, under 131.5. Apple State versus Troy. Under 131.5. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Again, 5 additional plays in Masterclass. And when I release that video later today, do me a favor, guys. Give it a watch and share it. I want to try and get that one spread around a little bit. All right, so thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, have a very lucky day.